that's ISO?
Rack it up, I gotta build up the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bringing the cake out. Smoke it up, I got some gas, some packs, I'm up in the greenhouse. Ball it up,
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Keeping It Real podcast featuring me, Matteo Lucio, and my dear mother, Julia Lucio. How are we all doing today?
Well, I'm fading fast. I have a bad cold. I was doing fine. Like, I was sick on Monday. I was feeling like crap on Monday. And then Tuesday, I was better. And then yesterday, I was great. Like, yesterday, I was feeling fantastic.
And you're back
And
under
then
again?
today, oh my God, today I woke up and I'm like so tired and I'm dragging and my throat hurts and my nose is running and just
Well, speaking of being tired, as you know, sometimes I have trouble waking up.
Mm-hmm.
And today, I had an exam very early. And my sleep schedule has been so incredibly cooked that I was going to bed at like 5 and like 5 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. Anyways, point is, I did not trust myself to wake up, so I have not slept yet. I decided to go around the clock to hard reset today.
Oh my God. And you're doing a podcast?
Yep. So if my
Are you
brain is a
gonna be
little foggy,
coherent
if my brain is a
today?
little foggy, that's why. But
Do you
yeah.
remember who won the Oscars? Like,
Well, I'm gonna have it pulled up because I definitely don't remember everything like sound design and whatnot.
no, those are
But no,
I
yeah.
don't even know
So
if
I
we're
mean,
live. I'm gonna have to go check if we're live or not.
for our viewers who maybe like, where was the podcast yesterday? Schedule conflicts. But other than that,
It's hard to
this is the first episode since I believe we did it the Monday before you went to the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
So it's been what, 2.5 weeks?
Yeah, it has. We're got problems with
But
consistency.
we're back. We have an episode
It's like
scheduled.
Ezekiel, right?
We have an important episode scheduled.
It's like
next
Ezekiel
week.
with his YouTube channel. I'm back.
Yep.
I'm back.
Well, we're far more consistent still, I would say. I don't know when the last time you posted now is.
A couple of days ago we went like,
Oh, he
I'm
did?
back. Yes, he
Really?
did another I'm back. Yes. Zerg VR. If anybody is interested, like, that's his channel, Zerg VR. He did a gorilla tag video.
Wow, I'm surprised.
Yeah, anyways. Okay.
So I guess we have a lot to talk about today.
Yes.
We
it's
have,
been
of
a
course,
big
we
week.
have the Oscars. We haven't honestly watched too many movies recently.
No, we haven't. Well, we saw one last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
Like,
In preparation for the Oscars.
you're blank because you haven't slept, and I'm blank because I'm like I have a head cold, so I
Oh,
can't even
man.
remember what we've done or not.
No, we saw Nickel Boys, which we'll talk about. It was nominated for Best Picture. I watched a movie, an older movie that it's not like super old. It's from last year that you watched already, Roadhouse. I watched that within the past 2 weeks.
Oh, you hadn't watched it?
No.
Ah,
Yep.
okay.
Did we ever talk about Wicked on the podcast?
I don't think we have,
I don't think so.
because I think we watched it just like before I left.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So we have a little bit to talk about. Mainly,
I think we did. We might have talked about it a little bit, but
the main thing we have to talk about is just the Oscars in general.
yeah.
And,
Yeah, the Oscars, the big night for movies.
I mean, I guess I could just go through the all the categories here and talk about everything. I'll start from the bottom because it kind of goes from most relevant to least relevant award. So I'll start at the least, and then we can build up to the eventual Best Picture.
Okay.
And if it's like even this is stuff I want to get into, but if it's like best short film or best documentary, we're not tapped in to that quite yet.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed.
Okay, I'll just go from bottom to top, even though the very bottom is kind of a notable award. I think it's chronological.
Is it?
Because I believe the Oscars open with this award, Best Supporting Actor. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, I think you're right.
The nominees for Best Supporting Actor were Kieran Culkin in A Real Pain, Yura Borisov in Anora, Edward Norton in A Complete Unknown, Guy Pearce in The Brutalist, and Jeremy Strong in The Apprentice. Sorry. This is a category where we saw basically every movie from this category except for The Brutalist, which I still do want to get around to watching at some point.
Maybe in 3 parts. 3 sittings.
There's this is gonna spoil a later award, but did you know that Adrian Brody's speech was the longest speech in, I think, the longest acceptance speech in Oscar history?
Oh wow. Well, are you sure? Because I remember
Soothing.
some really long speech, but yeah,
I
it
don't
was
remember where I saw that.
a speech just as long as the movie.
Adrian Brody breaks Oscar acceptance speech record.
Oh wow.
I guess I can go through this list a little later of the 10 longest acceptance speeches. But anyways, in this category, Kieran Culkin won for A Real Pain. And this was a category, as they were saying the nominees, where you and me were like, they damn near can't go wrong.
Right. Like, I mean, I kind of wanted Jeremy Strong to get it, but
And then
I was not mad.
Kieran Culkin's acceptance speech, and
it was kind of neat because like those 2 actors are also in Succession, and they're both phenomenal in Succession. And Jeremy Strong, as a matter of fact, has won several times. So it was kind of funny to see the rivalry there, like continue on, you know.
Even Edward Norton, I wouldn't have been mad at it. It was a great performance. Yura Borisov in Anora.
Yeah.
If that happened, in addition to some stuff we're going to talk about later, it would have been quite the crazy night for that movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, next we have Best Animated Feature. This is a category I was tapped in with last year, not as much this year. The nominees were Inside Out 2, Flow, Memoir of a Snail, Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul, and The Wild Robot. I would say prior to award season, The Wild Robot was like the resident animated movie of the year that was expected to get the win. But in award season, Flow started building up a lot of hype, and then it ended up taking it.
Cool.
Both of those movies I really want to watch. And as someone who's trying to keep up with every Pixar movie, I want to watch Inside Out 2 as well at some point. I've heard it's pretty good.
Yeah. I haven't even seen the first one.
Yeah, you have.
No.
Yeah.
No.
With the emotions? You've seen that movie.
No. I have not.
Seriously?
Yes, seriously, I have not.
Wow. Okay. I'll quickly go over all the awards anyways, just to give them their credit. Best Animated Short, the nominees are Beautiful Men, In the Shadow of the Cypress, Magic Candies, Wonder to Wonder, and Yuck, and the winner was In the Shadow of the Cypress. Next, we have Best Costume Design. The nominees here are A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Gladiator 2, Nosferatu, and Wicked. And the winner for costume design was Wicked.
And I agree with that.
You do?
I do, because like I was saying, I feel like there's more merit to creating a whole world of new stuff that, like, they've created a visual look for the costumes and everything. From, yes, it was based on Wizard of Oz a little bit, but I mean, it was very different. It was all original. Whereas Conclave is, like, it's a robe that they are wearing. It's already in existence. It's already like perfected, and it's kind of like I don't know. I feel like there's less merit to it
So
than
could you imagine if against this crowd a complete unknown won?
that would have been wicked. Like that would have been wicked.
I mean, it seemed like an outlier at the time. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
obviously a much taller task to like wow people with regular everyday attire.
Yeah.
I
But
think
you
it,
know, there is something to be said about creating an era look,
Mhm.
because you kind of have to be honest to that
the
time.
signature Bob Dylan look.
Right.
But hey, how hard is it? I mean, Josh has
Just pulls
perfected
it
that
all the
look too.
time.
Josh has perfected that look.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wicked won. The costume designer for Wicked, I believe, is the first black man to win the costume design award. So
Mm-hmm. Bonus.
next we have best original screenplay, and I have something I don't want to speculate too much because I'm not sure about it, but I heard something about this that I'm interested to see how the story develops. The nominees for best original screenplay were Sean Baker for Honora, Brady Corbet for The Brutalist, Jesse Eisenberg for A Real Pain, Moritz Binder, Tim Fellbaum, and Alex David for September 5, and Coralie, is it Farge for The Substance? And the winner was Sean Baker for Honora, which I would say was deserved. But I saw something on Twitter the other day that I found very interesting. This lady came with receipts and pictures that her friend made a pilot about a sex worker in New York named Annie who falls in with the Russian oligarchy, that her friend showed Sean Baker for his opinion, for his criticism, his constructive criticism about it. And so I don't know how true any of this is. Like,
Ooh.
she has receipts. There appears to be pictures and stuff and script. I don't know how true it is. I'm interested to see where it goes because I think it would be incredible if he thought he could just get away with one-to-one copying something someone did and just like the person never noticing.
Wow.
Again, I'm not
But
accusing,
that's not uncommon. Like,
but it's an original screenplay award.
yeah.
That's what, like, it's not even like they weren't giving flack for like even best picture, but like original screenplay.
Wow, that's insane.
So again, I'm not accusing because I don't know how legitimate and credible the accusations are. But it's interesting. I'm interested to see how that's going to play out.
Interesting.
But as for the award itself, assuming this was an original screenplay versus, I guess, the ones you saw, A Real Pain and The Substance, how would you say Nora stacked up? Deserved win?
Okay, Honora is a good movie, don't get me wrong. It is a good movie. But I feel like The Substance was a more original script.
I love the screenplay for A Real Pain, and that's like a controversy I saw. They compared like a lot of the lines in Honora, like that seemed like poorly written on the surface when she's like just telling Igor, "Oh, you have rape eyes. That's how I know you're a rapist." And it seems just like crude and basic. And then it's like the monologues in A Real Pain where Jesse Eisenberg character is like, I love you and I hate you at the same time and I want to be you.
It's a lot deeper.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the character development in A Real Pain was a lot deeper than Honora was. Like it was Honora, like again, like not to knock it down. Honora is a good movie. But it's surface level that even compared to The Substance, like The Substance, there is deep meaning in the dialogue and in the script about aging and Hollywood and glamour and how women are perceived in society. It's a much more Honora was a lot more about this one girl who who's very immature than about sex workers.
Mhm.
Like the sex
But
working
I
was
would even say
incidental.
like compared to the average like movie that's not going to get consideration for awards, Anora like wipes them out in terms of screenplay. But when you put it against like A Real Pain
Mhm.
and, in your opinion, The Substance, which I still haven't seen, which I need to see.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
do.
Like I'm not like boycotting the Oscars for this award, but I would have given it
Like I
to
said,
A Real Pain
it's
in
a
that
good
category.
movie. Like there's like I would debate like that the deepest um writing of a character is Igor
Hmm.
in that movie, because like the complexity of this guy is very well written, I find.
Hmm.
Like the duality of the freaking muscle man, and at the same time like very sweet guy who's got
Hmm.
like a really tender heart. That was well done, but I would say that that's the most developed that there
And
is.
Yura Borisov does the acting for that role very well, hence the
Hmm.
Best Supporting Actor nomination.
Yep.
But the next category we have is Best Adapted Screenplay. And the nominees are Jay Cox and James Mangold for A Complete Unknown, Jacques Audiard for Amelia Perez, Ramel Ross and Jocelyn Barnes for Nickel Boys, Clint Bentley and Greg Quidar for Sing Sing, and Peter Strawn for Conclave. And the winner was Peter Strawn for Conclave.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I haven't seen the book, so I would not be able to speak to it. But I do know for a fact that Nickel Boys, I would probably like the book better than I
Mhm.
liked the movie. I did not enjoy that movie.
I liked the movie, but honestly, like the way they played with perspective, I think the movie would have been better off without it. I
Mhm.
just think it was. I would imagine the book is really good, and I would imagine that it is adapted from very good source material. So even with that wonky perspective, it was a good story, which was enough for me
Mhm.
to enjoy it. Other than that, like Sing Sing,
Sing, come on.
every award Sing Sing is nominated for or was snubbed for, I could be like,
Sing.
yeah.
Yeah. What a phenomenal movie. Like, and under rated, and there was not enough fuss made out of
So
that movie because
would you
it's
have Sing Sing win?
yeah.
So so I guess would Conclave be second because the other two that you've seen are A Complete Unknown and Nickel Boys.
For script adaptation.
Adapted screenplay, yeah.
Yeah. um yeah, I guess.
Hmm. Okay. Next we got Best Makeup and Hairstyling, and the winner of this one, I haven't even seen the movie, but I feel like it was very deserved. The nominees were A Different Man, Amelia Perez, Nosferatu, The Substance, and Wicked. And the winner was The Substance.
With great like deserve,
Hmm.
because oh my god, like it is such a
Yeah.
transformation.
That's
And
such an important part of that movie.
it is that was great.
Um, I like the skit with Conan at the beginning, the Substance skit.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
did a decent job.
he did. I
Mhm.
like, let's take a minute to talk about Conan, because like I think he did a phenomenal job at hosting. um he was very apolitical,
Mhm.
so he kept it very apolitical. Not sure if it's good or bad, but I guess when we live in a world where everything is so polarized, maybe it was the good move on his
Mhm.
part to
Mhm.
just like keep it about movies, and not about making a statement for anything else. He did good. I think
Mhm.
he was a good host.
He made a joke. He said something about the Kendrick Lamar and Drake situation, but basically what he said was Kendrick Lamar is going to accuse Drake of being a pedophile now. And Drake fans all over Twitter are getting mad like the Oscars called out Drake when it was really the Oscars just making a joke about how Kendrick Lamar called out Drake.
Mm.
I don't know.
I think the most controversial thing he did was about that actress, that actress
Amelia Perez.
publicist Amelia Perez.
That I was like, my jaw was dropped. I did not expect. I was expecting the Oscars to kind of try to brush that situation under the rug.
Mm.
And you know, when I saw that news first break out, I made a tweet that got a little bit of traction where I was like, nominate stupid movies, win stupid prizes.
Yeah.
Because I mean, everything I've heard about the movie is and its conception is.
You heard bad things?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I haven't heard anything, so.
Okay, next category we have is best editing, and I always say this is a technical category that I probably have, like, out of all the categories, I feel like the average viewer has the least scope of with editing. Like, I just feel like makeup, sound, adapted screenplay, it's all more tangible to like the average eye than editing is. But the nominees are I don't even know how to pronounce this. I think it's probably like an Eastern European name. I'll just say David Jansko for The Brutalist, Nick Emerson for Conclave, Juliette Welfling for Amelia Perez, Sean Baker for Nora, and Myron Kirstein for Wicked. And the winner was Sean Baker for Anora, which, if you remember from saying the name earlier, he is also the director and writer of this movie, which I find to be pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And I was saying to you, The Brutalist, because it's a 4-hour cut, I'd imagine the editing chops were pretty good in there. And you made the joke where you were like, maybe if it's that long, that's because the editing was bad.
Right.
But yeah, I can't be mad at it. I do agree. I think you brought up the like the scene where the whole freak out was happening was pretty good editing.
Yes, absolutely. Like she's your dad watched it, like
he did.
Yeah.
What did he think about it?
It was so bad because you know how there's a lot of Russian subtitle. Well, my app was not giving the Russian subtitles, so he was kind of in the dark for a lot of it.
Maybe he should learn Russian. Maybe that's going to be mandatory for Americans soon.
Tell me about it. Jesus. Anyways, you liked it. It was
nice.
Yeah. All right.
Best supporting actress. This is one I've seen get quite a little bit of flack because of what I said about the perception about the movie of the winner of this. And the nominees are Monica Barbaro for A Complete Unknown, Ariana Grande for Wicked, Zoe Saldana for Amelia Perez, Felicity Jones for The Brutalist, and Isabella Rossellini for Conclave. And the winner was Zoe Saldana for Amelia Perez.
Yeah. And I have to say, I loved her speech, and she's very proud of the fact that she was the first Dominican descent woman to win an Oscar, which is great. Although I haven't seen the movie. Again, I can't really judge because I haven't seen it, but Isabella Rossellini, oh my God, she is so phenomenal in Conclave. I could not imagine giving it to anybody but her.
I have to say, compared to, let me pull up the nominees for last year, because I would say last year was quite a bit stronger. Yeah. Okay. This year you have, as I said, Zoe Saldana, Monica Barbaro for A Complete Unknown, which I think was like not a strong role at all, really. No. Ariana Grande for Wicked. Again, I'm not like blown away. Felicity Jones for The Brutalist, can't speak on. Isabella Rossellini, you said was good. Yeah. Last year, Emily Blunt for Oppenheimer, Jodie Foster for Nyad, America Ferrera for Barbie, Daniel Brooks for The Color Purple, and the winner, Da'Vine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers.
Can we address the elephant in the room here? Like, why the F wasn't Margaret Qualley nominated for The Substance?
Because over
10
Ariana
times,
Grande.
10 times over the Complete Unknown woman.
Yeah.
Like,
Who would you take out of those two?
1,000%.
A Complete Unknown or Wicked, Ariana Grande?
A Complete Unknown.
Hmm.
Yeah. I think there is merit to Ariana Grande's performance. I don't like the girl, but I think there's merit to it.
I don't like, but
But
like a
Margot
Complete Unknown,
Qualley,
it's so puzzling with the Monica Barbero and A Complete Unknown, because I don't think anyone walked out of that theater,
thinking, oh
out of
wow,
that
that was the
movie.
performance of
Yeah.
like how we felt with what's her name? The one from last year.
The Holdovers,
Yeah.
Davon Joy Randolph.
Yes. Like,
Yeah.
we got out of there and it was like, oh my God.
You were even
phenomenal
saying, the
performance.
same thing about America Ferrera and Barbie. That you brought her name up when we were talking about Barbie after.
Yeah.
And she didn't win. I don't think she was actually like within the top 2 or 3 to win.
Yeah.
Jodie Foster for Naiad. I know you were talking about that.
Oh yeah.
I just don't think.
But a
No
Complete
offense, I
Unknown,
don't think
no,
anyone was
no.
talking about that.
Nobody was floored by that performance. That's for sure.
All right, next we got Best Production Design. And the nominees are The Brutalist, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Nosferatu, and Wicked. And the winner was Wicked. Best Production Design. Fair win. Out of these, I think I would give it to Dune.
Yeah. Or Nosferatu even.
But Wicked, I can't be mad at.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just valid.
That huge budget it got.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm interested to see? Because I get Wicked got like the Barbie treatment of like being this huge kind of kids movie that was like, I maybe it'll become a cultural icon. I'm interested to see how the sequel does at like in the award circuit, because historically sequels never really get any love. Like
Yeah.
Dune Part 2 was kind of an exception.
Mm-hmm.
And even then,
But
like
it was a phenomenal movie.
even then, based on the amount of love I saw it get, if it was not a sequel, I could see it like actually making a run to win Best Picture.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next we got Best Original Song. The Journey from the 688, Like a Bird from Sing Sing, Mi Camino from Emilia Perez, Never Too Late from Elton John, Never Too Late, and El Mal from Emilia Perez, which was the winner.
Yeah.
Songs, I guess we didn't hear any of the songs in this category except
grab a glass of water.
except Like a Bird from Sing
Yeah.
Sing.
Yeah, and it was great song.
Okay. Again, I will briefly go over the next few categories, which we haven't really seen. Best Documentary Short. The nominees were Death by Numbers, I Am Ready, Warden, Incident, Instruments of a Beating Heart, and The Only Girl in the Orchestra, the latter of which being the winner. And honestly, it looked really interesting, and I might watch it.
Yeah, it's about this cellist, right? Who's the
Yeah.
only girl in the orchestra.
Yeah. Best,
Surprise,
and I mean,
surprise.
that's like, we should just get in the habit of watching like the shorts,
Mhm.
because the time it takes one movie, you can watch like every short.
Old school Dave, you heard my Google telling me to go drink water.
Okay, Best Documentary Feature. We have No Other Land, which, if I believe No Other Land is about Gaza.
Okay.
And I was surprised to see it get that win. So yeah, spoiler, No Other Land wins against Black Box Diaries, Porcelain Wars, Soundtrack to a Coup d'etat, and Sugarcane. And so yeah, No Other Land got the win.
Wow.
And I saw people saying like, wow, I can't imagine how Gal Gadot was in the audience as he was giving this acceptance speech, because she is kind of a Zionist. But
Zionist, yeah. There's still a lot of Zionists and pro-Israel people in Hollywood, but I think it's shifted quite a bit over the last little while. I think there's a lot.
Next we got.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's not.
If you had anything more to say, you can say it. I didn't mean
don't.
to cut you off. Next we have Best Sound then. And the nominees were A Complete Unknown, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, Wicked, and The Wild Robot. And the winner was Dune Part 2.
Yes, that was great sound
Fully
editing.
deserved.
Mm-hmm.
A movie like that is like, I feel like you're selling yourself short if you don't watch it in theaters.
Yeah, that's right. And they made a good point about theater, right? And how,
Mhm.
it's a dying art, and how, we want to keep our theaters, and how people should go and visit the theater more often, and go see the movies on the big screen, because they're made to be seen on the big screen. Um
I absolutely loved that the Oscars made a point
mhm.
of that, because we know in Brockville the Cineplex closed there. Theaters are closing everywhere.
I will be heartbroken if our
Yeah.
theater closes. If our theater closes, I will buy a theater
Yes.
and keep it going. Like,
At
yeah,
that point, does the port become the place where they show like the Avengers and all the new big movies?
I have no clue. Like, the port is nice, but it's just one screen. It doesn't
Mhm.
have like the way to sustain a big, like, I don't know, man. Like, we're gonna have to go to Montreal or Ottawa, but like, which we do
Who
already.
knows how
But I
long
mean,
the Messina Movieplex is going to be open for, and you're not
I'm
spending
not
your
going to
money
this
there
thing.
anymore,
I am sorry,
anyways.
not going. Not
Yeah.
not doing that.
Oh,
Sorry.
fun.
Sorry, not sorry. I saw something today, like it said Canadians have two modes. I'm sorry, and you're about to get sorry. You're about to be sorry.
All right, next we
All
have
right.
Best Visual Effects, and the nominees were Alien Romulus, Better Man, Dune Part 2, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and Wicked. And the winner was Dune Part 2, which I guess kind of sweeped here in the technical categories. And I mean, yeah,
Deserving.
yeah. Crazy visual effects like the earthworm that the Oscars tried to recreate playing
Played
the
the
harp.
I wonder if that was a wink to the only woman in the orchestra.
So Better Man, which you watched,
Yes.
it got this nomination because it had CGI monkey.
It was
Nice.
really good. Like,
So what CGI monkey movie had a better visual effects, Better Man or Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes?
Kingdom, 100%. Like, it's one monkey against like a whole flock of monkeys.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the difficulty is probably much much greater in the Kingdom.
Wicked was pretty good, like the goats and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But Dune would be my pick too. Although I think my second on this list would be Alien Romulus.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah, probably me too. The visuals were amazing in the Alien.
And again, like to my point, I guess in a category like this, it's not like that. But a movie like Alien Romulus that comes out like 30 years after the original or whatever is never really going to get like
the
any
love.
award consideration.
Yep.
Best live action short. And the nominees are Alien, Anuha, The Last Ranger, The Man Who Cannot Remain Silent, and I'm Not a Robot, with the latter being the winner. Next, we got Best Cinematography. And the nominees are Lal Crawley for The Brutalist, Greg Fraser for Dune Part 2, Paul Gilham for Amelia Perez, Edward Lockman for Maria, and Jarin Balashke, I probably butchered so many of those names, for Nosferatu. And the winner was Lal Crawley for The Brutalist. Now, a movie, I could say this about every category, but here especially, I would have liked to see Sing Sing on Best Cinematography. They shot it, and we took note of this. They shot it on like kind of vintage 16mm lenses, and it gave it such like a distinct
vintage
look. Mm-hmm.
Vintage vibe. It was Yeah, the look was completely different than anything else that I've ever seen. I think it would have been deserving of that as well.
You really feel like you're in a prison with like 1980s architecture because of the camera.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm disappointed that Sing Sing did not get
Yeah.
more nominations than
I
it
mean,
did.
Best Picture over Wicked for sure, over Nickel Boys for sure.
Hmm.
I would put it over. Actually, it's my favorite movie of the year, so obviously, but
Yeah.
I think those ones are like, because I would put it over A Real Pain, but A Real Pain's like one of my top 3 movies, so I can't be mad that A Real Pain got the nomination over it.
Yeah.
But then like Wicked and Nickel Boys seem a little absurd. Even like Dune Part 2, I think
Yeah.
Sing Sing is like clear of that.
Wicked, like personally, I feel like Wicked was like a money nomination. Like it was,
Mhm.
there was so much money that was thrown in that
You
movie.
know,
Kind of, they
would
felt
you
like
say
they
the same
owed it.
thing about Barbie?
No, not
I
really.
know. I agree, and I like I don't I can't put my finger on it because I don't know. Like I mean,
No, I
in
wouldn't like.
concept, they seem similar
I don't know if I
in that
agree.
way.
I find that the messaging in Barbie was a lot deeper. I feel like the acting was a lot better. Yes, there was a lot of money. It was a big budget movie, but it was a very original concept. Wicked is based on something that already exists. I don't know. Like
Hmm.
I think Barbie was more.
Barbie is based on the Barbie doll, so
Yeah, but the story isn't. It's one
yeah.
of those stories that I would act out with my
Hmm.
Barbies when I was a kid.
That's some of the magic of it.
Yeah.
All right, best international feature. We really should have seen some of these. I mean, because I think of international features that came from this last year, and you think of like Godzilla minus one, Anatomy of a Fall.
Hmm.
There's some good ones. I still want to see the winner of this. Spoiler: I'm Still Here,
Yes.
which also got nominated for Best Picture. The other nominees were The Girl with the Needle, which also looked good. Amelia Perez, which I'm not super excited to watch. The Seed of the Sacred Fig from Germany, and Flow, the animated movie from Latvia.
Hmm.
I'm Still Here is from Brazil, by the way, and The Girl with the Needle is from Denmark. Amelia Perez is from France. So I
Is that
started
why you
saying
hate it so much?
no. I started saying the names of the countries halfway through, and I was
Yeah.
like, well, I guess I should do this for everyone now.
All right.
Best original score. So I wanna start off by saying probably what my winner would be was Rob from this category. That
Sorry,
being
somebody is like, oh, hold up.
okay.
I think I got. You can chit chat. I'll be right back.
Okay, I'll chit chat. Okay, guys, what's up? So here's my room. You see my jersey here. Got another jersey back there. Another jersey. I just got that one. You weren't supposed to see that, like my slides on the ground and stuff, but I wasn't expecting to be all alone. 3 movies I really love. Halloween 2, although I'm a bigger fan of 3 because I don't know, it's like so eccentric and quirky. Godzilla minus one, top 3 movie from last year. That is one of the greatest Godzilla movies ever. Was not expecting that in a Godzilla movie in 2023. And then Beetlejuice is, I don't know if that's the first one or the second one, but good movie as well. Shoot. I guess my boom arm's kind of in the way. Here, I have records there too. Abbey Road by the Beatles, Sergeant Pepper by the Beatles, and In the Court of the Crimson King by King Crimson. Sorry, I'm holding it down. I'm yapping. I don't want to yap about score. I don't know. I feel like this is both hosts of the podcast activities. Yes, this is the Mateo cast right now. My mind is like racing at 1,000,000 miles an hour. What else can I talk about? Favorite horror movies ever. So Halloween 3 is up there. Talk to Me is this is so dumb. Talk to Me is up there. Yeah, I really like Hereditary. That's a good movie. Talk to Me is inspired by that one. No, Dave, not a big fan of the Rob Zombie Halloweens either. I mean, they're all right. It's like if you're going for campy horror, then I guess they do their job, but I just personally don't know why you would pick them over the original Halloween franchise unless you're like a big Rob Zombie fan. Pontypool. What's up with that movie? Welcome back.
I'm back. Oh, you can't imagine what just rolled out of the driveway.
What?
One of these ugly damn cars. Those Tesla.
Oh, Cybertruck?
Yeah.
Wow.
This client of mine has a Cybertruck, apparently.
Yep. Oh, while I was alone, I was just giving a little bit of a room tour.
Okay.
So
I lost one of my ear. Oh, okay, you're back.
Okay.
Oh, that's better.
So yeah, I didn't go back into the discussion of the Oscars.
Okay.
I was waiting.
Okay.
Best original score, as I was saying, Dune Part 2, Hans Zimmer, didn't get nominated. I would have given it the win, but the nominees are Daniel Bloomberg for The Brutalist, Volker Bertelmann for Conclave, John Powell and Stephen Schwartz for Wicked, Clement Ducol and Camille, that's just a first name, I guess, Emilia Perez, and Chris Bowers for The Wild Robot. And the winner was Daniel Bloomberg for The Brutalist.
Okay.
Because I guess they have 4 hours to put some music in, so
I hate that I have to watch The Brutalist. Like, I feel like I really have to.
Mhm.
And I hate that I have to because
You could watch it like
that it's 4 hours. I don't
wait,
do well
it's-
with long movies. Like,
I
look
think
at
it is a
Killers
hair
of the
under
Flower
4 hours.
Moons. What?
I think it's a hair under 4 hours.
Yeah, well, look at what I did with Killers of the Flower Moon last year. Like, I get bored.
The Brutalist. Oh, my letterbox is glitching, so I can't see. 215 minutes. 4 hours is 240, right?
Yeah. So 3.5.
A little over 3.5. 3 hours and
Yeah.
35 minutes, which is
Yikes.
11 20-minute episodes. So it's basically like a short season of television.
Yeah, but a short season of television is split.
Imagine watching this movie in 20-minute increments. Anyways,
Oh, boy.
we're in the last few, the most important awards now. Starting with Best Actor. And the nominees are Adrian Brody for The Brutalist, Timothy Chalamet for A Complete Unknown, Coleman Domingo for Sing Sing. His first name is not pronounced Ralph. It's like
Ray Fiennes.
Yeah. For Conclave, and Sebastian Stan for The Apprentice. And the winner was Adrian Brody for The Brutalist, something we don't get to talk about because we didn't see the movie.
I was so sad, though.
Coleman Domingo ran this category.
Yes.
Honestly, I knew it was never going to happen. I wouldn't have been mad at I'm not talking about Coleman Domingo. I would not have been mad at a Sebastian Stan win for his role in The Apprentice. I knew it was not going to happen.
Yeah.
What about Conclave guy, whose name I won't try to pronounce again?
He was good. No, I mean, nothing wrong. But Coleman Domingo, Domingo.
Domingo.
Yeah.
Again, I can't say the win was unjustified until I
see the movie?
The Brutalist. I would have loved to see Coleman Domingo win. Next category, Best Director. The nominees are Sean Baker for Anora, Brady Corbet for The Brutalist, Coralie Farge for The Substance, Jacques Audiard for Emilia Perez, and James Mangold for A Complete Unknown. And the winner was Sean Baker for Anora.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you counting at home, this is a lot of wins for Honora now. I think at this point in time, it would have been smart at this point in time through the night to bet a little bit of money on Honora winning Best Picture. Yeah, I feel like I wonder what the exact correlation is between winning Best Director and the eventual Best Picture win. I know it happened last year too. With
Yeah. I think
James
it's
Cameron with Oppenheimer.
I think it's pretty much correlated, 90% correlated. Oftentimes, like the best actor to best actor, best actress. Well,
Did I say I said James Cameron? I meant Christopher Nolan.
mhm. And next,
Next, we have Best Actress. The nominees are Cynthia Erivo for Wicked, Carla Sofia Gascon, who has some problematic tweets, for Amelia Perez, Demi Moore for The Substance, Fernando Torres for I'm Still Here, and Mikey Madison for Honora. And the winner was Mikey Madison for Honora.
so I saw somewhere it said Mikey Madison winning best actress for Honora over Demi Moore was the actual plot of The Substance.
That is funny.
Which is true, Demi Moore, like, to me, Demi Moore all the way, man. She was phenomenal. She won the Grammy, right, for best actress, I believe. Yeah, I think she was deserving over Honora.
The Grammy,
not the Grammy, the
Golden Globe, is that
the Grammy, the Golden
I was
Globe.
thinking for a second. All the awards are so confusing.
I know. And you know what happened to me this week? So my niece was discussing with me about awards. We're just chatting about awards, and all of a sudden she brings out Kanye West's appearance at the Grammys, I believe it was, with his wife. You heard about that?
Yeah.
Oh, I had,
You
like,
had
I
not
don't know
heard
where
about
I
that?
was. I did not
That
know
was
about
wild.
that. I like, they were escorted off the red carpet. They were like kicked out of the award show.
They're divorcing now, and good for his wife, because I think she's more of a statement to him than a soulmate. So
yeah. Well, that was completely wild and degrading. Like,
yeah.
Wow.
No, Demi Moore did not win.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Oh yeah, okay. I was looking at the drama section, because in the at the Golden Globes it's separated by drama and comedy.
Mm-hmm.
She won for musical or comedy.
Yeah. Which is wild because it's not a comedy at all. It's
Oh, Zendaya got nominated for Challengers. That I did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh, Sebastian Stan won. Not for Donald Trump, but for his role in A Different Man. Wow. He won at the Golden Globes. Anyways, back to the Oscars. Mikey Madison wins over Carla Sofia Gascon, Cynthia Erivo, Demi Moore, and Fernando Torres. I'm less mad about this than some of the other Honora wins, because I think she did have a good performance, even if, like, as you were saying, the character Igor is the most complex character.
Mm-hmm.
I still think her performance as the character Honora was good enough to where I'm not, like, super upset. Granted, I haven't seen most of the movies in this category, but I'm not like, oh, Cynthia Erivo should have won for her role as Elphaba.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if Demi Moore is that much better, I'll take your word for it. She should have won here.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And at this point, we all knew what was going to happen with Best Picture. The nominees,
what are your guesses, people? Who do you think won the Best Picture of the year?
You know,
write it in the comments.
Every time I'm going through the nominees, and I say the eventual winner, I feel like it's obvious. They're like, oh, he's saying the first one every time. That's the first one is the winner. That's because it's in alphabetical order, and Honora is always the
Honora is
first one I
good.
say, and Honora is also always the winner. The
Yeah.
nominees are Honora, The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, and Wicked. And the winner was Honora.
Yeah.
And they all got on stage and had a grand old time, and everyone on Twitter got mad about it. And said they're glorifying degeneracy.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Twitter is so done.
All,
man.
it is 2 years where some of the biggest movies, some of the most award receiving movies were about sex work.
Mhm.
Last year with Poor Things. I don't know what movie got the most awards last year. It was probably Oppenheimer, but Poor Things was up there for sure.
And Barbie.
Mhm.
Barbie as well. A switch from the usual stuff is that they did not perform the songs
Mhm.
this year.
They did a little bit, but
They just did the Wicked one at the beginning. That was it. Because usually,
Mm-hmm.
periodically throughout the movie, throughout the show, they'll perform the songs, and that did not.
they said, "Damn, Amelia Perez is so bad that we can't even." They gave They gave best song to a song they did not perform at the Oscars.
Right? Did you pay attention to any of the best dressed and?
No, Adam Sandler's my best dressed personally.
that was kind of funny.
Mhm.
But I feel like I don't know if you remember, Halle Berry had this mirror dress that was like
Mhm.
totally stunning. It was so beautiful. That was probably, I would pick that one for my best dress of the. And then I loved the red tux that Coleman Domingo was wearing. He had a
Mhm.
red kind of, it was not a tux, but it kind of like a dress suit. It was really, really beautiful.
I
And
liked me personally, I liked seeing Margaret Qualley in the James Bond thing. That was pretty fun.
yeah. And the yellow canary, how do you pronounce it?
I don't know. Canary, I think.
Canary. Anyways, Timothy Chalamet had like this
Mhm.
yellow tux. It was kind of out there.
I feel like on the on the actual ceremony side, they did really good this year. I was just watching and thinking like, damn, we were so spoiled with movies last year.
Yeah, we were. Last year was a phenomenal year for
That's one of
movies.
those like 1994 years where they had like Pulp Fiction and like Shawshank Redemption and like a bunch of crazy movies on the same
Wasn't
year.
that the Titanic? No, that was not Titanic.
Titanic was a little later.
98, I believe. Yeah. Anyways.
See, I don't know if like the movies from 2023 are going to be remembered like that. Like, I don't know if they're going to have
Probably
the
not.
lasting impact. Barbenheimer is Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Killers of the Flower Moon, maybe. Poor Things, I'm not so sure. The Holdovers, in my ideal world, The Holdovers becomes a Christmas classic.
Mhm.
We're yet to see that. I have seen this Christmas. I saw quite a few people saying they were rewatching The Holdovers already.
Oh yeah, that's good. Did you rewatch it this Christmas?
No, I
You
didn't have
did
time.
not.
Through all
Oh
the
my
Star Wars
God.
watching, I didn't have time.
Oh yeah, we did. We rewatched the whole Star Wars.
Light on the Wii.
Well, I watched a lot.
No, yeah.
Most of them.
Some of them.
Most of them.
Okay. We can say like most if like most means like 60%.
That's still most.
Yeah.
Ay.
How many of these movies are going to be remembered like that? Wicked, Dune Part 2. Those are just like big names. I don't know if Honora is going to be like.
I think the only one that has potential to kind of stay or become a cult-ish movie is The Substance.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Often, like I was looking at past best picture winners, and they're not always. It's not often that a best picture it becomes like a
A
movie ingrained
classic.
in pop culture.
Right.
And usually if it is, it's because it had a huge budget and like rollout to accompany it. Like with Oppenheimer, that's going to be a movie that's like
Mm-hmm.
remembered with Christopher Nolan's best, with like Interstellar and Batman and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. But then again, it's not always the budget. Like,
Mhm.
there's some movies that make their mark and that are, little and out of nowhere.
Like, but let me go just like for the past, since I don't know, since like 2010, how many of these are like staple movies? Anora, it's too soon to say. Oppenheimer, I'm already leaning yes, but like too soon to
Mhm.
say. Everything Everywhere All at Once. Among film critics and like film bros and cinema lovers, cinephiles, it's like a loved movie. I don't know if it's gonna have any mainstream stay.
Yeah.
2021, Coda.
I don't even know what that is.
2020, Nomadland.
I don't even know what that is.
2019, Parasite.
Yes.
I would say, yeah.
Mhm.
2018, Green Book.
I don't even know what that is.
I know, I'm familiar with it. I'm not exactly sure. 2017, The Shape of Water. 2016, Moonlight.
Yeah. I don't
2015, Spotlight. 2014, Birdman. 2013, 12 Years a Slave. I would
that
say
was
that's
good.
one. 2012, Argo. And
Mhm.
2011, The Artist. And
Oh yeah, I
2010,
remember
The
the
King's Speech.
artist. The artist.
But like most of them are not like
yeah,
you think
no,
of that as a
it's not some.
classic movie.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not like Titanic or E.T. or it's not something that has become
There's a few in the 2000s. No Country for Old Men, Lord of the Rings, Chicago, Gladiator.
Gladiator. Yes, definitely.
And it's weird though. I guess like because then if you look at the 90s, here are some in the 90s: Titanic,
Mhm.
Braveheart, Forrest
Mhm.
Gump, Schindler's
Yep.
List, The
Yep.
Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, they're all great.
Quite a few.
A lot more remarkable, a lot more noticeable, like a lot more timeless,
Mhm.
I would say.
Yeah.
All those
So I
you
don't
just
know.
named were great. And then there was like Forrest Gump Philadelphia, I think also was a win in the
What was the
90s.
first Best Picture winner? Wings. All Quiet on the Western Front in 1929.
Oh wow.
And then Gone with the Wind at the end of that decade.
Yeah.
We Need a Time Machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's kind of like what I'm alluding to though. In terms of like needing a time machine, I don't know if it's true that the quality of movies has gone down, but the movies that are like remembered.
I was just about to ask that. What do you attribute that to? Is it like because we're producing less memorable movies?
I think
Which
a
would
lot of
entail
it.
that the
I don't want to put the blame on consumers here, but I don't know. Like if you had a movie, I use Star Wars as an example quite often. You have a movie like Star Wars, which has a relatively big budget, but it's an original piece of media. I'm talking about the first Star Wars.
Mhm.
It's an original piece of media based on nothing. It has a decently sized budget, and consumers back then rally around a movie like that, and
Mhm.
it blows up because it's a good movie. The
Mhm.
same thing happens with other standalone movies that don't become huge franchises like
E.T.
uh E.T., I don't know, Jaws,
Mhm.
even stuff like Rocky.
Yeah.
I don't know the budget on Rocky. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, The Godfather. Some of these obviously have decent budgets, but they're like I feel like all the movies now that get like a lot of love and a lot of buzz, it's either like an Oppenheimer where it's a really known director based on some historical event where they put like $300 million towards the budget, or it is just like a Barbie or Wicked where it's has so much mainstream appeal that it's going to make like $5 trillion at the box office.
Right. Yeah.
So again, like, I mean, you look at 2023, The Holdovers, Poor Things, Killers of the Flower Moon. What else was nominated here? Past Lives, Anatomy of a Fall, American Fiction. A lot of these movies are on par with like the greats of the 90s, but
yeah.
because people just flock to like the 28,000th MCU movie, The Holdovers isn't going to be remembered.
Right. I think you're right. Like, yeah, it's probably because people are consuming more the mainstream stuff and less of the lesser known movies.
Maybe a way to put it could be, I guess, like back in the day, consumers decided what was mainstream. Sure, budgets dictated that to an extent, but I mean, if you make Pulp Fiction and everyone sees how amazing it is, Pulp Fiction becomes a mainstream movie.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the IP used, like what is the brand? That's what determines if it's going to be a big movie.
Or not. Yeah. So where does that leave us for 2025? Are you impressed with what we've seen so far?
We haven't seen a lot, so I can't even really.
There hasn't been a lot. Like,
what I think we have quite a bit scheduled for 2025, but again, it's like I can only be excited about stuff I know. So original stuff you have to discover organically, and I guess I have to leave it partially up to other people to see the movies and say this is good, you should see it.
Yeah,
which kind of happens less and less.
Yeah.
Browse by year. If I go to 2025, what's it going to say is coming out this year? Oh, this movie's apparently good. Companion with Sophie Thatcher and Jack Quaid. It's already out. The Monkey. What else do we have here? See, not a lot has come out so far this year. There's a new Avatar coming out.
Oh, I hate Avatar.
I'm super excited for the James Gunn Superman.
Yeah. I'm super excited for 28 Years Later.
New Fantastic Four, 28 years later, yeah. But again, like, yes, I love all this stuff, but do we have to like live in this cycle where all we're consuming is stuff based on stuff from 30 years ago?
Guess you don't have to, but like, you know.
It's what's getting promoted.
Yeah.
You have the Minecraft movie. I can't imagine that'll be good. The new Wicked. Novocaine. Is this one out yet? No, I'm kind of excited for this. It's like a Jack Quaid
we've seen
action movie.
So there was that, but that goes back to what you're saying about
we saw what?
Captain America.
Yeah. The MCU's on like 35 movies and 10 shows now.
That's insane, man. That's crazy. Anyways, so next week we're gonna have Jennifer coming to speak to
Francis
us.
Back on for the second time.
She's gonna come and talk to us about this movie premiere that's coming to Altsville Theater. Not gonna reveal too much. I'll let her do the talking when she comes over, but that's gonna be next Wednesday at 3 p.m. and we're gonna be on Wednesday at 3 p.m. this time.
Yep.
Not Thursday, Wednesday. Committed.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you all for watching. Thank you, Dave, for being our loyal commenter. Appreciate you all for watching. We will be back next week. You can obviously read my reviews in The Seeker at theseeker.ca or on Letterboxd at letterboxd.com/omgmateo, which is where I have reviews, but I also have one sentence quips about some of the movies I watch. Other than that, I believe you have some stuff to promote in graphics before we end the show, if you are going to run those today.
I will. So goodbye.
So thank you all for watching and goodbye.
That's ISO.